I agree. Have you ever played Gears of War?
I played like the first one. That's because it came out on PC, but that's about it.
It did
Oh,
come
no,
out
wait.
on PC.
Yeah, it did. First one came out on PC. Yeah. Just
Huh.
like how the fifth one came out on PC, which I forgot. I played a little bit of that with
Fourth
Mom.
one.
Yeah, whatever. I don't pay attention to that series, as you can tell.
Do you know the character Coltrane?
Yes.
He's the guy who goes woo a whole bunch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just his signature move, just to be woo.
Just to go woo. Yeah, have you ever been doing something and your instinctive reaction is just woo really loud?
No.
Like Coltrane? No.
No.
I was playing
That sounds
CFC.
like some type of WWE thing.
It probably is. I mean, that's basically what he was a WWE crossed with fucking football.
I
But,
thought he was supposed to be like a football player in that time.
It was some sort of weird football where people died. I don't know. It was weird.
Anyway,
I was playing Sea of Thieves this weekend, and we were chasing another ship, and they decided they're gonna turn around and try to ram us.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and stood on the front of our ship and waited to get close enough to jump on. And I jumped. I'm like, well, I should say something while I jump. So I just went, woo! It's boarding time! And then shot somebody.
Jesus Christ. Did Gears of War just like that's what you were doing, or?
That's the first thing that popped into mind is just shout woo and then start firing. This led to us our unfortunate demise as we were all too busy laughing to actually fight back. So
good job. Good job.
It was a good time. You can get Sea of Thieves kind of for free. You can sign up for that.
21 days or whatever.
I think it's 14, which is perfect because honestly, I don't. As much fun as that game is, I don't see it having a life beyond 2 or 3 months. There's just not that much to do. Like, it's fun to man a ship with your friends and all that fun stuff, but after 4 or 5 hours of searching for treasure on the same islands over and over again, you kind of lose interest.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of things just kind of missing from what I've been reading. Or, like, there seems like there should be more there, but there really isn't.
I would agree. I wouldn't say it's an incomplete game. Like, everything that's there is polished, but there's not a lot that's there.
One person described it as it's just early access, but hidden is not.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. It's definitely not a $60 game by any stretch of the imagination. It is a $20 game at most, which, I don't know, maybe this is some sort of ploy to push people towards the Game Pass, because they'll be like, oh, hey, I'm not going to pay $60 for this game, I'll just sign up for the free trial. Oh, I forgot to unsubscribe, and now Microsoft is taking my money.
Yeah, Microsoft just likes to take your money all the time.
Yes, that's what Microsoft does. That's how they've become Microsoft. Yes.
No matter
what. Anyway, welcome to the To Be Decided podcast. It's the week of March 26th, 2018. Far Cry 5 comes out this week. Elon Musk's biggest competitor has completed his first launch. It's now easier to play PUBG on the shitter, and I spent a whole bunch of money. I'm Guy with microphone number 2, Joe, joined as always by an undercover Canadian, Protag.
Why am I now the undercover Canadian?
Because you sent me that video. It's all your fault.
I guess it is.
Also, you decided that you needed a Discord group called Minnesotans.
I don't remember when I made that.
I
Probably
don't know
when I
who
was drunk last night. Or maybe I never made it at all. Who knows?
I'm going to have to look at the server logs and figure out where that came from, because I didn't see that until today. I mean, not like I go look at the Discord server groups all the time, but when I was having trouble with voice earlier, I clicked on your name. I'm like, wait, what? Why does he have that group? What's happening?
I'm just going to go with I made it while I was drunk, probably.
That's fair. I've made a lot of things while I was drunk. None of them are good.
I bought a TV.
While you were drunk? Oh yeah, I remember that.
And that is my current monitor.
Good job, buddy. I haven't bought anything ridiculous while I've been drunk. I've thrown out pizza rolls, but I don't know. I'm too cheap to buy ridiculous things when I'm drunk. Yeah, nothing retarded or super expensive, so that's good. But speaking of buying things, you think you're gonna buy Far Cry 5?
I don't know. I'm still on the fence on that one. I don't know. Game story-wise looks somewhat interesting. I don't know. I just find cults to be kind of fucking just some weird thing. I think it's kind of weird that they're delving into that area, but I don't.
What do you find weird about cults besides the fact that they're cults?
That they're fucking cults. I don't know that they can brainwash people that easy.
I mean, you're in the army. You've been brainwashed.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, different means, but it's ultimately the same thing. That's why the first couple weeks of boot camp are called the red phase, right?
That's first week,
yeah. Yeah, that's the whole point of that, is to break your thought process so it can be rebuilt. The same process is used to set up cults.
Yeah, I don't think my thought process really changed. It was more of I hate people more.
That's what they want you to think.
Whatever.
They just don't want you to drink Kool-Aid, so that's a bonus. Did you watch the little Far Cry 5 movie?
Yes, I did. I don't
It's
know.
kind of...
I felt like they definitely... that was definitely an afterthought.
It couldn't have been an afterthought, because...
It feels like it is. But, I mean, like, it was a last-minute decision, is what I should say.
Well, no, because there was, way back before they even announced, like, what the setting and stuff would be, there was that director out in Montana, and people started speculating then that it'd be set in Montana, which it is.
Yeah.
But that's what he is out there for. He's doing scouting and stuff for that movie. So obviously something they've been planning for a while. And it wasn't the like best acted or highest production quality thing ever, but it didn't reek of, hey, let's throw together a movie in half an hour and see what we get kind of thing to me.
Yeah, I don't know. They definitely, like, I skipped a little bit in there because there was some exposition of, like, this is boring.
You gotta watch the exposition. That's the movie.
Some of it was really fucking dry, though. Like, really bad.
It was a half-hour movie. You couldn't sit through the entire thing?
No, because it was fucking boring.
What part did you skip through?
The beginning, mainly.
Oh, and they're in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of lame.
This is, nope, don't need to know.
They're
probably giving me a background right now on why all these people know how a gun works, but I don't care.
Yeah, what was up with that? It's like, oh, this one chick is going into the Marines, but she can beat the shit out of people. Yeah, you missed it. You missed it because they were talking about that in the car part.
But then she's also the one that fucking is dual wielding pistols. Like, yep, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she's a Marine, so she's beating the shit out of people with pipes. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
I mean, it's entertaining. I like how they just left their friend behind. They're just like, yeah, whatever, fuck it.
Fuck him.
She's
we
fine.
need more people to go get her. No, they did say we need to get the cops first. Because they did say at one point, it's like, well, we're leaving so-and-so, and they're like, oh, we need to get this video uploaded in the cavalry here first.
So, alright, so that's the part to me that kind of seemed like they didn't think it through.
We need to upload the video!
So, unless the girl they left behind is going to be a character in the game somewhere, then if the movie was designed to be kind of on its own, then it doesn't make any sense, because they just kind of left her plot string fucking out in the wind.
They did that with fucking Far Cry 3 too. Voss, the main actor that they had Voss, modeled after. They did like a little series with him and like some celebrity, I don't remember who, but they had like this whole thing go on in the beginning, and you'd think that celebrity would show up in the game. No, it was like one egg, and you found him once, and he's already dead anyway. So it's like, oh, okay,
no payoff.
No payoff.
The other thing I liked is how he just fucking uploaded the file. The whole upload process made no goddamn sense.
No.
It's like, oh, I'm just gonna upload
it's automatically recording up to the cloud. It's like, I don't think that's how that works. You don't have anything connected like that that's doing that right now. Thank you very much.
I need to attach it to phone, and then it'll go.
Well, no, it wasn't attached to the phone. They needed to log on to the cloud to upload it.
But so while they were running,
while
they were running, he was just typing in a password.
Probably.
Or like,
So to go back on that thing though, is like all these people lived because none of them got shot or anything, or at least not that you could see on screen. So,
correct.
Do you think any of them are going to show up? Probably not. It's probably going to be fucking so forgotten.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I could kind of see them being like that being the intro to the game, kind of, or just be like, oh hey, we've heard about these kids that saying bad stuff is happening. Go investigate, see what's happening, and maybe they've got some, I don't know, tapes, notes, and stuff laying around. I don't think they'll show up majorly, but I'm sure there'll be some lore.
Okay, so have you seen any of the beginning at all? Because I haven't.
I've not.
do you want to know what your character is?
Like, he's a marshal or something, isn't he?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So your character is like a police marshal. You're not a marshal, you're a sheriff deputy. A marshal shows up with an arrest order to arrest that dude, and that's how that all fucking spirals out of control. But yeah, that's how that starts. So my guess is they're leading up to that's what they call to what brought the marshals in or something. I don't know.
That would make sense to me. Because, yeah, they showed that video getting like millions of views. Mm-hmm. No way it's just going to be ignored. I kind of assumed that they would like.
Fake. I was expecting them to put like the comment in the comment board to be like, "This is so fake."
People arguing, just like real life.
This isn't real. There's no way it's real.
I was kind of expecting them to like when they called the cops, so that the cops would be like on the cult side, like they'd show up, the cops would be there and just turn them over to the cult.
But then I noticed the time left, and I was like, "Oh, that's not gonna happen."
Or like they just run into a parking lot, the cops are there, and the cop is just like, "Oh, sit here," and then they show up. But it'll be an interesting game. It'll come out. Actually, by the time this episode's released, it will have come out. Yes,
been out. Is it come out Tuesday or Monday?
Comes out Tuesday.
Son of a bitch. I don't know. I just want to get it because it will probably come out at Monday at some random fucking time or something.
No, it comes out Tuesday. The official release date is the 27th.
A lot of games have done that, but I've been able to play them at like 8 o'clock my time. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like what time zone it goes in. I'm gonna look at reviews because I'm excited for it, but it's not. I don't know. Especially Ubisoft games. The last game I pre-ordered was a Ubisoft game, and it burned me because it's the first Watch Dogs game. So, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah. Some other interesting things about Far Cry 5. There's no towers.
Which is, 5. Yeah, I'm surprised they went away with their most common fucking thing that they did.
The thing everybody makes fun of them for? That's probably why they went away from it. Like, hey, we keep getting made fun of for towers. Should we stop this?
No, let's put it in fucking Bronze Age times. I don't even know if they did that. I didn't play that one.
The Division 2 should have towers.
No, please no.
You just have to climb up to skyscrapers. Just walk up 40 floors. But the elevators don't work, so you just have to walk upstairs.
I guess.
It'd be like Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
There's going to be microtransactions, unfortunately.
There is?
There is. Well, single-player microtransactions.
Ubisoft does do that. I mean, look at fucking Wildlands.
Yeah. It's apparently only cosmetic. But there are some like conflicting answers. The Dan Hay, I don't know. I was reading an article and they're like, "Oh, you can buy weapons to level up faster and stuff." And then they're like, "No, wait, it's only cosmetic."
Cosmetics. Oh, wait, no, we don't know what.
Either way, Dan Hay, executive producer, said, "We've set the game up to be generous with its microtransactions." And he can go fuck himself, because if you have to pay for stuff, it's not being generous.
Well, I think that's what he means by generous, is you're going to have to pay quite a bit.
It's generous to
that's
Ubisoft.
My thinking of generous, yeah.
No, I think he's saying, hey, we're going to fuck you, and you should thank us for the privilege. Channeling my inner Jim Sterling there. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if that's an exact thing he says when his show comes out. Or I'm pretty sure he's probably said stuff like that before. Yeah.
That's probably how you figured it out.
Probably. I'm probably just quoting somebody. I'm not an original human being. So what do you think about the whole... what do you think about a game being set in America with other Americans being the bad guys?
Haven't games done this before? I mean, The Division kind of did it. I mean, it's... I guess they're clearly giving us a black and white. I mean, like, these are the bad guys, these are the good guys type deal, at least from what I've seen so far.
But they, though?
But in, like, 4, they did the stupid, both sides are bad, go fuck yourself. Like, oh, this is stupid. This is like,
I don't know.
No good choice. And I was like, well, that's fucking stupid.
Let's say you're fighting people who've been brainwashed to believe that the world is about to end. Are you on the right side in killing them?
See, this is now where we get the moral dilemmas.
Yeah. And, I mean, regardless of what you want to say, this game is very relevant to the current politics of the country.
Yeah, I guess.
Intentional or not, like, you're hitting some probably pretty heavy tones about all sorts of stuff, so it's interesting. I think it's interesting that, 5-10 years ago, all games kind of exclusively focused on going to foreign countries and killing brown people.
Yeah, they had the black and white, whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
People are bad because terrorism.
And then, as we've moved farther and farther away from 9/11, we've become less scared of outside sources as a society, I think. We've got more art and media, like Breaking Bad, where it's about the main character is the villain, or is he the villain, or is there such thing as a villain? And now we're getting games where we're going and killing
Call of Duty tried
cultists.
Going against that, and they're like, oh wait, we can't story.
Oh wait, we're Call of Duty. Nobody wants us anymore.
We can't do a story.
Yeah. That could be interesting. I'm kind of curious to see what other types of games will follow in the path of fighting American extremists.
I don't know. A lot of people are trying to put this political into the sense of what's happening right now, but this game's been in development for like 2 or 3 years anyways. I don't know why people are thinking that.
Well, I mean, no matter what you do, there's still going to be... There are decisions that were made during the development cycle to have this take on a certain tone, regardless of the political climate and when those decisions were made. That the political climate is what it is now, and people are going to assume that's the climate it was intended for. So,
I mean, I'm going to say pretty much that I'm pretty sure they went with cultists because that's just been a wacky thing with the United States for quite a while.
But the thing is, it's Christian cultists, at least as far as we can tell.
Is it though?
I mean, the cult is called Eden's Gate. It's a reference to the Bible.
Is it? I don't really pay attention to that.
The Garden of Eden, bud.
Oh, that would actually make sense.
Yeah, yep. Their whole premise. I mean, they even say it in the movies. The whole premise is that God talks to the guy, and
well, yeah, but he's probably a false prophet or whatever. And then they dump blue liquid on people. So,
I wonder what that blue liquid is. Kind of hope it's just
find out in the game.
Woo! It's mind control liquid B.
It'll just mind control liquid B. What happened to A? I don't know. It just went away.
Also, there's a map editor, so Far Cry 2, going way back, was definitely one of my favorite games for a while because of the map editor. You just do so much cool shit with it. You have, Vietnam maps, and you have a map that was a giant lady that was naked, and then there was a cave where her vagina should be, and there was a small baby in there.
What the fuck?
These were all things that happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ, okay.
There are also adventure maps. Those were always pretty cool.
I never did one of those.
They're always just like weird They're always awful because you're trying to do platforming first person, which doesn't work ever.
Yeah,
but...
a lot of games tried and they don't.
So, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see a Far Cry 5 map editor. Apparently, you can use assets from Assassin's Creed, Unity, Black Flag, Far Cry 4, Primal, and obviously Far Cry 5.
I don't see that being worth it.
I know. Pirate ships. I want to board a pirate ship with an M16. That sounds like a good time to me.
M16. It's not an M16, though. It's some fucking knockoff weird thing that's from Siege.
Is it really?
Yeah, from what I can tell so far.
What if it officially takes place in the Siege canon? If Siege has canon?
It probably... their Siege has canon.
But towards the end, just all the operators from Rainbow Six show up?
That'd be hilarious. That'd actually be hilarious and weird at the same time.
That would be weird. I don't know any of the Siege operators except for the guy with a hammer, so...
I don't know. Why don't you know anyone about Siege? Come on, man. That's like the awesome game of the day.
Because I don't like playing games with people on the internet.
I'm also in that line, too. I mean, we play games.
They might kidnap me.
Kidnap you, huh? And launch you into space? Like Mad Mike Hughes? Who finally took off?
Yep, exactly like that.
I mean, he didn't kidnap anyone, but, anyways.
Not that you know of.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, the man that we've been covering, I mean, pretty much the entire time he's been in the news, finally had his launch. And that was actually fairly recently. I think it was, like, either yesterday or this morning. Because, like, I just checked the news, and it was, like, a 15-minute ago article, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Article was released today at 10 a.m. my time, so...
So, I don't know if that means that he launched today or not. I'm guessing.
Which is the 25th. Yeah, hold on. The tweet was sent out. Okay, so Mad Mike Hughes put out the tweet 15 hours ago. So
So
that would put it
or today. Yes.
No, let's still put it today. Early this morning?
Oh yeah. It would be today. No, it wouldn't.
It
would be yesterday.
Which took place sometime after 3 Pacific time. Today. Pretty sure it's today.
Sure.
3 p.m. No, that would have to be yesterday because 3 p.m. Pacific time hasn't passed yet. Yeah. So yes, the 24th. Let it be known, March 24th,
was the
2018.
Day Mad Mike Hughes
went several feet in the air.
1,875 feet. So he says. I don't know if that's like the official count. He says that's what it was. I don't know what the official is.
I feel like if he's gonna lie, he'd make it more impressive.
Probably.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
We'll put the video on Twitter, but it's really just, it's not impressive at all.
It went up. That's about it.
Yep. Like, if you've ever done the thing where you take a 2-liter and turn it into a rocket at school, that's basically what you're looking at on a bigger scale.
Yeah, he didn't even, didn't he do, like, compressed air? Is that what he did? I don't remember.
It's steam-powered. Boiled water.
Yeah. So he really didn't do any, like, real rocket thrusters or anything.
I mean,
Also, he's still running for, like, the governorship or some shit like that for California.
Awesome. Somebody should vote for him.
No.
At least one, so he doesn't feel bad.
At least one, it'll probably be himself.
I mean, at least one other person.
So, he had a hard landing, which also took off his nose cone, and then now all he has is really a sore back, so...
Oh no, is he going to be able to reuse the rocket like SpaceX?
I don't think so.
Wait, hold on, I'm reading this article. In the future, he'd like to travel some 68 miles up in a rocket cum balloon.
A rocket what?
What? Rocket cum balloon. Cum.
C-U-M?
C-U-M. Yes.
This dude is fucking insane.
A rockoon. A rocket cum balloon. What the... There's no way that means what we think it means, is there?
It means what we think. God, dude. I don't know.
Is he gonna go into space powered by his own jism?
Yes, I think that's what we're doing.
The fuck? Hold on, now I have to Google this to see if it has some sort of other connotation that I'm not picking up here.
I don't.
First search result, Mad Mike, it's the article I was just reading.
Yep.
Second search result, Pornhub.com, hentai rocket cum inflation.
God.
That's got to be a typo of some sort. I don't know. I'm concerned now, though. Well, we'll follow up on Mad Mike Hughes and all of his cum-based space adventures.
Oh, fuck. Stay mad, Mike. Stay fucking mad.
He's definitely something. It's impressive that he landed without... Oh, I was going to say, it's impressive that he landed without dying, though.
I think that's what everyone was expecting. Either the rocket just to fucking blow up and kill him, or him to land and fucking die.
Yeah.
Well, nope, neither happened.
Just has a sore back. He's going to have a sore something else when he starts powering his rocket cum balloon.
Oh, we're harmful people. This is probably not as fun as you think it is.
It doesn't matter. It made me laugh. That's all that matters.
Alright. So, Joe, me and you played PUBG before.
Yes. We are unique people because we have played PUBG.
Like everyone else who has
all
played
the
PUBG.
people.
Like every single fucking... Did you know that they came out with a mobile port? Because my YouTube app on my phone will not stop fucking reminding me. Like
I sure as fuck did now.
Every fucking video I try watching is like, hey, there's PUBG Mobile. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Actually,
let me
put
watch
that on
the
Reddit.
goddamn video.
So we put that on Reddit, that all the ads I saw on YouTube Mobile were for PUBG Mobile, so...
Yeah, that's all it is PUBG Mobile. I've not had anything else.
That is some good-ass targeted advertising right there.
I wish it would go the fuck away.
So actually, I've had 2 encounters with PUBG Mobile. I was at work the other day, managing the little team of people that I manage, and one of them that was playing PUBG on his phone. I'm like, hey, what the fuck are you doing over there, bud? How are you doing that? And it's like, oh, you can play PUBG on your phone now. I'm like, oh, neat.
I'm surprised they were able to make that game run on a mobile phone.
I played it. It's surprisingly smooth. I killed 3 people. That's more than I normally kill.
I don't know how the Fortnite version works, but apparently that's on mobile too.
I don't care about
But
Fortnite.
it sounds like that's cross-platform, so you can actually play against people who are on the PC, so it's like, why even bother?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the Fortnite aesthetic works better on a phone. That looks more like a phone game.
Yeah, like a cartoony game. Well, PUBG's a little more realistic, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, from what I have no way to verify it, but the little counter said that there were 100 people in my game. So apparently there were 100 people in my game, just like the PC version. I mean, it looked like piss, but it wasn't like... Honestly, it didn't even look that bad for a phone game, just really low-res textures. Controls were surprisingly good for a shooter on a phone. There's definitely some sort of aim assist, or they have made the hitboxes a mile wide. One or the other.
A mile wide, I can see that.
So, but yeah, I'm like, it was competent. It was a competent port to a phone game from something I would have considered unportable.
Yeah,
see that double entendre?
A phone, anyways. I don't see how any like PC games can really be ported to a phone, but I guess we're at that point in technology. We're fucking there now.
I mean, the thing, PUBG could barely run on the fucking Xbox, but they've got it running on my Galaxy S5.
Yeah, they can't get it to run on a fucking Xbox, but here's a fucking phone. Works just fine. That's some bullshit.
I didn't have an FPS counter, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pulling at least 30 FPS.
I don't know what the phone really. I don't know what the phone screen is really. What it's limited to. I should say.
I have no idea. I mean, you can do high-res video and stuff on a phone screen, so I'm sure it'd be fine. But
can you do 4K? I don't know. Well,
I don't know that
my phone can, but I don't know.
I don't know that my phone can do it, but I know there are phones that can. My phone's pretty old, but
my phone's pretty old too.
From a technical standpoint, I'd assume everything is being done server side, and you're just seeing the output. That's the only way I can imagine that working at all. And the biggest downside is it like fucking burnt my phone up. Like my phone was burning to the touch while I was trying to run it. It's very uncomfortable to try to use. You know what you could do now, though?
What?
Do you remember those Ouya things that went out of business almost immediately?
Fucking Ouyas? Fucking
yes!
That stupid shit?
They run Android. You can run PUBG on your Ouya now if you're one of the 5 people that has an Ouya.
Oh my god, it actually runs on Ouya. Oh yeah, because it's a fucking Android device, technically.
It's Android. You could probably run it on a Chromebook.
Oh my god. I don't know about that.
I mean,
Chromebook. Great on a Chromebook.
It runs on my phone.
Okay, yeah, I don't know why you said that. I don't fucking know anymore.
It defies all logic.
It was like, what doesn't it run now? Can I fucking run it on my goddamn refrigerator?
It's becoming the next Skyrim.
Yeah.
PUBG everywhere.
Apparently, if I remember correctly, there was a video a while ago that I watched, but Doom was like ported to like some type of kitchen appliance at one point, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, you can run Doom on a calculator. That's not impressive. I mean that literally. You can run Doom on a calculator. You can also play Doom with a toaster if you believe the internet. So
yeah.
I kind of want it to be, because there's tons of stuff out there that's running Android. So I do kind of want to see like people just turning Internet of IoT devices into PUBG platforms. So like go hack the McDonald's fucking drive-through sign and play PUBG on it. That'd be fun. I enjoy things like that.
I guess.
You should try it out. I think you'll be impressed by how not garbage it is.
I don't have room on my phone.
Why not?
I have a bunch of memes on my phone.
Jesus Christ. You should stop that.
Well, while I'm at work and I'm at lunch and I see a meme, I save it to my phone and then I send it to people and fucking Discord.
Why don't you? Well, it's on Discord then. You don't need to keep it on your phone.
I forget to delete it.
Keep your memes in the cloud like a modern human being. Jesus Christ.
I don't wanna.
So, you know what I spent a bunch of money on, Protag?
Porn?
No. No. You get porn for free. I bought, on March 12th, an HTC Vive, which is a special note for that day because on March 19th, mere 7 days later, HTC announced that the Vive would receive a $100 price drop. I honestly can't even say that I'm mad, though. It does kind of suck that waiting an extra week would have saved me $100, but the Vive is worth every cent that I paid for it. I spent nearly 3 hours setting up tripods and running cable for the seemingly miles of cable needed to hook everything up. moving furniture around so I can actually get a space to do room scale games in. But the first time I plugged in the headset made it all worth it. I forgot where I was. Jesus Christ. I forgot where I was. Literally, while reading, I forgot where I was.
God.
Here we go. I forgot where I was. Less that I forgot, but I knew I was somewhere else. My eyes saw a majestic mountain view. My ears heard a subtle breeze and birds chirping. I ceased being in a tiny home office in Michigan and suddenly was on top of a mountain, stunned by the beauty of nature. And this was just the main menu of Steam VR. By far the game I've spent the most time in VR is Rec Room. It's basically Wii Sports, but a lot bigger. You can go on little tiny adventures with people online, play various sports, yell at people in a virtual community center, whatever floats your boat. But paintball is the real attraction for me. It's a basic capture the flag team deathmatch style first-person shooter, but when you're playing it, you're actually there. When you stand close to a high ledge, you get a little knot in your stomach like you're about to fall. When you're shot at, you instinctively run to the closest piece of cover. When you pick up a grenade, you try to throw it like you're a baseball pitcher. It's the most immersive experience I've ever had in a video game. I've had a lot of conversations about whether or not VR is here to stay, or is it like Xbox Kinect, a gimmick promising the holodeck-like experiences we saw in Star Trek. It's true that VR's price point is higher than practical. It's very impractical to set up for any room-scale games, especially if you live in an apartment. But what it does what it says on the box. It makes you forget where you are and puts you in a virtual world. And for that reason and that reason alone, I think VR is here to stay. Well, also, I heard a kid throw up.
Well, that's your opinion, man. I don't see VR becoming mainstream. I mean, that's
because you haven't used it
yet. The price and limitations is the main problem right now.
But the price is going down.
Yes and no. They just came out with a new fucking version, which is like $1,000 fucking.
It's $700 for just the headset. But
just the headset. Oh, okay.
Yep. It is honestly that's not worth it. But the regular Vive, which is perfectly fine, is $500 now. Considering that whole setup was $700 when it first released, I think.
Not worth it.
Not worth it yet.
I don't know. To me, the limitations are still a little too bad, so I don't know.
Like what?
Room size.
Yeah, that is kind of a problem. I mean, I'm in I'm gonna say 12 by 10 room with a desk in it, and it's good enough. I have to move my chair out to actually play. But I mean, I get enough room. I've hit the wall a couple of times. I'm gonna end up putting a hole in the wall at some point, I think. But that's a problem for a different day. But yeah, I mean, it works. If you're the kind of person that owned a home and you had like actual spare space, it wouldn't be a problem at all. I don't think.
Get a basement. I'm still just the guy that's.
You gotta try it.
I'm not saying that it's gonna. Okay, so yeah, there's the main limitations, price and whatever. I'm not. I have nowhere really go nearby to go fucking try it. No one I know owns a fucking thing, but I still don't see VR becoming so mainstream as about as many people think it's going to.
Drive from Michigan, you can try mine.
I'm not driving all the way to fucking Michigan.
I'm telling you. Once you try it, your view is gonna change. Like you'll be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." I don't. God damn it! Stop distracting me. It's not gonna replace like mainstream gaming. It's not gonna replace like just regular sit down with a controller and a keyboard type of games.
But I think people out there just think that though. I don't think.
No, they're wrong. Do you know why they're wrong? Because people like me are lazy and I don't like standing up to play video games all the time. That's the fact of life. But I think it's going to become more and more common. I think, honestly, at some point it's going to become like, a joystick. Almost everybody who's somewhat seriously into gaming has a joystick. Just because that's what you do. You get a joystick to play games with sometimes. And then you never hook it up. But I think VR will kind of be like that. It'll just become an accessory, and you'll use it for certain games, and not all of the games will be VR, and not all of them won't be VR.
I don't know.
Do you not know?
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if I...
Well, you know what I know, Protag. It's time to end the show.
Oh, yeah, that would probably help.
Thank you for listening to the To Be Decided podcast. If you've enjoyed our show, please like and subscribe on whatever platform you choose to listen on. Don't forget that if you're listening on SoundCloud, we don't exist anymore. I really should take that out of the closing script. You can follow us on Twitter at tobedecidedpodcast.com. Nope, you can visit our website, tobedecidedpodcast.com, or follow us on Twitter at tobedecided_podcast.
The show is over. Go home, you fucks.